Officer Barracuda reporting for duty. Firstly, I've given a disclaimer in the video description. Please read it either before or after watching the video. Additionally, please watch this video to the end because any questions you might have in the beginning or middle might actually be answered later on. If, number 1, your questions weren't answered, number 2, you disagree with my following opinions, or number 3, have your own opinions to share, I would request you to write them down in the comment section. Thank you. Now on to the video topic. So, the idea is that India has an enforcement problem in its governance. If you were to go through the constitution, the IPC and the BNS created in 2023, as well as the other similar documents which form the total rule book by which India is run, we realize very quickly that the laws, rules and regulations themselves are created very flawlessly with very few loopholes for bypassing them, the right to constitutional amendments allowing the law to patch any loopholes that do arise, as well as a hypothetical perfect execution of these laws, rules and regulations being able to uplift India into a utopia. But the problem in India, by virtue of which crimes still occur and keep occurring, is because the people living in India, the residents, they do not regard for these laws. Repeated constitutional amendments are made for the purpose of mitigating the criminal activity in India, but if there isn't a proper enforcement of these rules and regulations, they do not succeed in fulfilling their purpose. The lawbreakers will always believe that the law of India is only a joke, that there are no consequences for any actions they perform, and that if they were to be taken into police custody for an offense, it is only for them to be bailed out in a short while. Instead, what India needs to do is to backpedal on the practice of creating more and more laws, potentially risking the country's rule books into becoming biased, and better enforce the fully unbiased laws that were already present in the rule books. And this is where it is necessary for me to state that I am not criticizing any political alliance, any other political party, individual candidates, or any individual when stating this at all. The way I see it, doing this is inherently possible for anyone and every one of them, and it makes no sense for a person like me, with no political affiliations or experience whatsoever, to speak negatively about any of them. Additionally, I am no one to dictate how other people live. I will not perform that transgression. Now, to speak on the solution of this problem of enforcement, this is the most important part of the video. The biggest hurdle towards proper law enforcement in India is corruption. The idea that an officer's duty towards their job can be overshadowed by a bribe. And considering the discussion already made, creating punishment for corruption wouldn't guarantee success, since that would need further enforcement, the very thing we want in the first place. We must understand that people do not join and do jobs because of ideas like patriotism, loyalty, or charity towards the service they provide. They do it because they have something personal to gain out of it, meaning the salary, power, and insurance is provided to them. Brainstorming on this myself, I believe the following: a general salary hike for all the officers to give them natural job incentive, making salary bonuses directly proportional to the magnitude and quantity of the individual tasks they accomplish in a given amount of time, with a generally lenient baseline that is very possible for them to accomplish, as well as providing means for them to exhaust out their work burnout by indulging in other kinds of physical, mental, and psychological recoveries in the form of training, therapy, and relaxation from the job tasks themselves. These kinds of actions will provide natural incentive to the operating officers to perform their duties with zeal and passion by providing them a good sense of care at their workplace. And performing these actions at an individual or departmental level would not be too difficult to enforce for the people wanting and capable to do so. This is especially necessary for the police forces, the primary law enforcers of the country as a whole, as well as the individuals most exposed to opportunities of corruption. It is most important for them to always be acknowledged and recognized for any and every good deed they do as per their police duties, build and maintain gyms in the police station, subsidize therapy for their mental and spiritual well-being, and overall taking genuine care of all of them in any legitimate ways that is possible. Doing these things would act as continuous, gentle, wholesome reminders to all these kinds of officers that the department they work in actually cares about them, that it isn't just a contractual agreement, but maybe even to the level of a family away from their actual family, that their office is a home away from their home, surrounded by other people who also became benevolent towards each other the same way. And when good incentive of this kind is generously provided to officers, they would naturally gravitate towards performing their duties as an officer with honesty, loyalty, and faithfulness. Additionally, this is something the Tata Group implemented for the workers in the factories as well as other businesses in the 20th century, and the result was of those workers becoming more faithful and passionate towards their jobs, and it is the primary source of this video. 2. As of now, this is all of my personal opinion on this matter. I hope this video was entertaining for anyone who watched it. Henceforth, I bless everyone to take care of themselves. Please read the disclaimer in the video description. This is Barracuda Boy signing off.